Okay, so the next section in this chapter is talking about time. So we talked about items, how you use billable items, how you can use billable expenses. Now the next section is going to be talking about time. Okay, so time is pretty straightforward in regards to, initializing, right? And, especially because we're a service type of company, right? We need to keep track of our time because, if a session is 1 hour, right, then we need to fulfill our hour and then call it a day, right? We cannot go over. And if we do go over, then we bill our customer accordingly because it's based on time. That is the primary of our services. Is we are based on providing hourly photo shoots, right? If a client wants 4 hour photo shoots, then we have reserved those hours. So with this, right, now we already turned on the feature to keep track of time, right? If you remember your edit preferences under time and expenses, you should have already have the enter time feature on. Now, when you do that, right, what's going to happen is down below on your home page, you're going to have this little feature that says enter time. And then you're going to get this little triangle here. It's going to give you options on how you want to view your timesheet. So again, you have activate QuickBooks time. You don't need to use that. You could just use because that's just to activate a time tracker. And then you have use weekly timesheets or enter in a single activity per hour, okay, or per, for one whole day, what's the activity for those type of timesheets, right? In this case, the best way to use it is going to be a weekly overview, okay? All right, so that's just that right there. Now, again, let's dive into entering in time. Now, of course, you have it here on your home page. If you go up to your employees menu at the top, you can enter time this way. All right. Now, we'll talk about the Employee Center more so in chapter 10. So tomorrow, you're able to enter in time this way as well. Okay. And of course, if you right click on an individual, you can even also enter in their time as well. But for this case, right, we're not focusing on employees, we're just focusing on entering in time. So in this case, right, I'm going to go ahead and view as a weekly view. Now in this case, right, it's going to show you a timesheet that looks just like this, like a regular spreadsheet, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to be adding in hours. And what we're going to do is we're going to bill a particular individual if necessary. So let's say, so in this example here, we're going to be looking at Mike. Mike is one of our employees. So Mike is a photographer / maybe a project manager, someone who organizes ideas and thoughts. So there you go, Mike Mizuki, okay? And then now this is where it's also crucial is you need to choose your actual time frame. In this case, it says that we must choose January 13 of 2025. In this case, let's do a little more relative. So let's do, let's see what that time is. So let's make it for 2021. Okay, January. So let's do January 11, right? All the way to whatever, okay? So January 11. So if I select January 11 right here, boom, it says Monday's the 11th, Tuesday's the 12th, so on and so forth, right? It has the actual time, date, and stamped. Now, I'm going to double confirm this. This is the year 2021. Yes. Okay, so January 2021. And this is how we fill in the timesheet accordingly. Now, in your book, it's very blurry, but I'll go ahead and enter in the information for you so you don't have to necessarily do it yourself or have to squint or anything like that. But just make sure that you have this written down so then the next time you do go ahead and do this activity on your own, you'll have the information that you need to put in here. So in this case, right, we're going to be looking at entering information, right, in regards to the job or what the activity that this individual did. So the first one is that, now in this case, it's not a job, so I'm gonna skip this section and move on to the actual service item. Service item, it's nothing just because the very first one is we're gonna be entering in a staff meeting. So in this case, how is Mike paid? He's paid by the hour. So in this case, our payroll item, which we'll talk about in chapter 10, our payroll item is going to be hourly regular, okay? And what is the notes that happened on this day? We had a staff meeting, okay? All right, and when did this staff meeting happen? It happened on Monday. Okay, let me see. Staff meeting, okay? It happened on Monday for 5 hours, okay? So Monday happened for 5 hours, okay? And once again, now you're gonna notice this. This last column right here says, is it billable? Now, if I strain away from that column here, it's gonna see you haven't assigned an individual to bill for this particular staff meeting. You're not going to bill your own company for having a staff meeting, right? That should be already assumed that they're already going to pay you. So in this case, you don't need to send a bill to, or Mike doesn't need to send a bill to the company to ensure that they're going to get paid. So in this case, I need to make sure I come over here and say it's not a billable item, okay? So then the next thing that we have here is you need to enter in Anderson Wedding. It's going to be an indoor photo session. So again, Anderson Wedding, okay. It was an indoor photo session, okay. Again, he's paid by the hour. Okay, and what is this going to say? It's going to say site photo shoot. Okay, site photo shoot is what it says on there. Okay, or in this case, it says that's the next one. This one says it's going to be a wedding photo shoot, and it happened on Tuesday. Tuesday for 2 hours. Okay. So again, this is a wedding photo shoot. All right, Tuesday, he completed 2 hours. Okay. For Anderson Wedding, only completed 2 hours on Tuesday, right? And you want to make sure you want to send this bill along to Anderson Wedding. All right. Next person is going to be Maria Cruz. Okay, branch opening, okay. This was an outdoor photo session, okay, on site location. So let's see, outdoor photo session, okay. Once again, he works hourly, okay. And this time this is site photo shoot. And let's see how many hours he worked for Maria Cruz. He worked on Tuesday, 6 hours. Okay, 6 hours on Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday he did 3 hours. Thursday he did 6 hours. Okay, and yes, and that's it. And it's gonna be billed to Maria Cruz. Okay. Last person that we have here on this list is going to be Mr. Bob Mason. Okay, Bob Mason. He too was an outdoor photo session. Once again, now it's saying, okay, he must be hourly. All right, and again, it's another site photo shoot. So I'm just copy from above and pasting down below. Okay. Now, how many hours did Mike do for Bob. He did 3 hours on Monday. Okay. He did 5 hours on Wednesday. And he completed 2 hours on Thursday. And Friday, he did all 8 hours. Okay, so there you go. It's weekly timesheet. Now, as you can see here, column Monday is for 8 hours, Tuesday 8 hours, Wednesday 8 hours, okay, and so on and so forth. So grand total, he worked a total of a 40-hour shift, a regular individual, full-time, regular 40 hours per week, okay? So notice this. So I have a staff meeting that's not billable, right? You can't bill your owner for charging you. You can't charge your owner to pay for a staff meeting for you, right? In this case, it's already assumed you're going to get paid, right? It's the whole purpose of being an employee. Now the other three could be a per case scenario. Maybe they wanted this particular individual to work the job. And if they did, then that's where you can process the bill along and say, well, because you wanted this particular photographer, this particular individual, I'm going to have to bill you for paying for this individual, okay? And that's what these jobs are, is that they are tailored to the individual. Now, again, on our end, we're going to pay him however we pay him, right? But if you want to keep track of it, so by keeping track of this, what's going to happen is it's going to rack up under Mike's, Mike's jobs and duties, is that he was assigned to do these jobs for Maria Cruz, Anderson Wedding, and as well as Bob Mason. Okay, so that's just extra information there. Now, can you have a customer pay for an actual individual? Yes, you can. If they are considered under your job an independent contractor, yes, they can. Again, work for your company, but how they get paid is based on what services they provide. If this is an independent contractor, right, that's working for you, a 1099 worker, they can rack up and actually bill the customers themselves, okay, for the job that's done, all right, but under our name, of course. So that's what you can do here. Now, once everything looks good, I'm going to go ahead and save and close.